Hey you guys, sorry about that. Oh, I'm gonna wait for you guys to come in. I stupidly, when I started my live stream, accidentally double clicked and it ended it and I couldn't go back to it. So I will wait for you guys to stroll in. I couldn't even leave a link in the chat, I'm sorry. Hey you guys. Hey Angel, hey Nikisha. Oh, hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the tribute to Johnny Wactor, General Hospital's Corbin, or sorry, Brando Corbin. Hey Jacarius. I agree, Reg, I agree. I hope you guys are doing okay. I know it's, 1 second. Sorry about that. I know, he's an actor, celebrity, as such. And so it's always been like, you know, a bit weird to mourn someone that you don't really know. And even as a GH fan, he's a character that was only really around for 2 years at the most. But for whatever reason, at least for me, this one's hitting harder than the others. And that's saying something because, hey Sandy, because, you know, the other people that we've lost, they were around a lot longer. You know, I was a big fan of Sonia and a big fan of Jackie, and these are, you know, people that have been around forever on the show. Tyler Christopher, Billy Miller, and now Johnny. But yeah, I think a big part of it is that it's just, that was in the span of a year and a half. Yeah, exactly, Jacarius. We lost like 5 of the actors in a year and a half, and all in, you know, horrific ways. Probably, honestly, Johnny's is the most brutal. He was literally murdered for protecting his friend, essentially. Johnny made Brando a special character. Yeah, he really did. But yeah, a big part of it is that it's like, it's so constant, and it's like, I can't help but feel so damn bad for the cast, because it's just, it seems like it's an endless misery. And then on top of that, I don't think I've seen, you know, we've lost all these people. I don't think I've seen the cast come together in such a way that literally everyone, past and present, has had something amazing to say about him, and it's all really consistently the same, that he was a great person, he was a, you know, a good listener, he was a safe space, he was a good conversationalist, he was a gentleman, like, you know, truly someone to be inspired by and aspire to be as well. And then, you know, you see his family on the interviews and being crushed to pieces about this, of course. And even his ex-fiance did an interview, and seeing those things this week broke my heart. I'm going to refrain from reacting to the family's reaction, just like in terms of like their interviews. Just it's on YouTube, you guys, and you can find their interviews with them, with, you know, Extra and Today and ABC, like the different ones that they've talked to. Yeah, I wish they didn't either. I can't remember if it was his choice to leave or if they just let him go. Yeah, he was taken by someone else. It wasn't natural causes. It was senseless, so it hits different. Yeah, it does. It certainly does hit different in that way too, Angel. You guys can hear me okay, right? Sorry, I know I haven't really checked the audio because I really just had to speed run doing this live stream. Yeah, he was down to earth, real people. Exactly, Sandy. And that's what everyone was saying. And, you know, we're obviously going to read into the cast thoughts. I'm sure you guys have seen at least some of them, if not all of them. But it only makes sense. Again, I'm kind of getting used to this new setup for my live streams. So I currently have this website that you guys see on the screen on my TV. So if I'm looking that way, just know that I'm just reading what you guys are seeing on the screen. Music's louder than me. Let's see if I can fix that. Yeah, I had to speed rush that too. I can't really put the music louder, so I'm gonna put me louder and hope that works. Let me know. Don't really have Facebook, so I don't see it all. Well, you don't have to have Facebook. There's articles that are, there's articles like the one that I'm about to read. I believe most of the people put their thoughts, or at least the ones that I've seen initially, on Instagram and probably on Twitter too, I would imagine. Yeah, I don't know if that person's reaction is on here. We'll see. I didn't read through them yet, obviously, but the ones that I have seen thus far were all really, really thoughtful, and those are just the ones I've seen on my Instagram. Those are really the ones that I've seen. And also, in case you missed it, Steve and Bradford, they posted their podcast, their original podcast of their first interview with Johnny Wactor, but they spoke about him before they re-aired it. And Steve got to me. I watched it not even a half an hour ago, you guys. And it crushed me. Nicholas posted something nice. I think I seen an article with that not that long ago, or I seen it somewhere. Maybe someone posted it on a website, but goodness, sorry, I'm like losing my mouse here. But yeah, we're gonna read through it. This is I believe this is Soaps and Depths website. We're just going to go through the cast members' thoughts about their co-star. Oh man, sorry about the music, you guys. Oh my gosh. I can't even see anything. I think that's as low as it can get. Alright, here's what we'll do. I think while I'm reading this, I'll just leave the music off. And I'm sorry if you can hear like the TV upstairs. My family's up there right now. But yeah, we're going to start with Sophia Matson, who plays Sasha. She says, "My heart is so utterly broken. Johnny was the absolute best. So genuine, so caring, incredibly hardworking and humble. With a huge heart that spread so much kindness and joy. He always made sure everyone around him felt seen, heard, and loved. I admire the man he was so much, and I'm a better person for having known him. We shared so many special moments, both on and off screen, and I will forever cherish them deeply in my heart. You will be so incredibly missed, Johnny. I'm sure you're already busy taking care of everyone up there." Oh, that was so sweet. Yeah, I think I did see William's post, and I think we'll see. I'm sure it's on here. I think that they probably likely got all the cast members, unless they posted something today, because I think this article is from 2 days ago, but we'll see. Maurice Bernard, he says, "What can I say about something so senseless? Johnny was the sweetest guy, coolest dude, and just a great soul. This is beyond words. You will be missed, my friend." And then there's Ashton Arab. It says ex-dex, but they meant ex-dev. Typo, shame on you, Soaps in Debt. He says, absolutely heartbroken while typing this. Johnny Wactor was not only my TV dad for more than 25 episodes on GH, but he was a great human, a kind soul, an inspiration on and off set, and a one-of-a-kind actor. His talents always surprised me and allowed me to learn so much from the craft. Just by watching his work, I am forever grateful for the time I got to spend and work with him. Feels like yesterday you were giving me a big hug and talking to me about life. May your soul rest in peace, Johnny. Heaven has gained an angel. I forgot that was Dev's story, that basically Brando, I think, adopted him, right? Or like legally signed on to be his dad, or claimed to be his dad, or something like that. And then we have Bonnie Burrows, who played Brando's mom, Gladys. And she says, I am heartbroken and sickened by this terrible loss. Johnny, I love you. My heart breaks for your real mom and your whole family. The world is darker now. Yeah, Kaiwan. Hey Nathan. I was gonna say about Bonnie. Johnny's real mom, actually, when I watched one of the interviews, she talked about how Bonnie was really not only just his TV mom, but the mom that the mom that she couldn't be out in LA because she couldn't get down there. And apparently Bonnie would do things like take him chicken noodle soup when he was sick, and just really cared about him and really looked after him, which is so sweet. And I'm not surprised. That strikes me as Bonnie's character. I know that she didn't play the easiest character to get along with, but Bonnie's a different story. Kirsten Storms, I think hers had hit me the hardest when I read it on the day. She said, I'm in a state of disbelief and complete sadness. I don't typically do posts like this, but Johnny was such a special person, and it feels important for me to put these words out there. To Johnny's mother and family, I am so sorry for your loss. I can't imagine what you must be feeling right now. You are in my thoughts and prayers. Johnny was one of those rare, real individuals that you almost never come across. I was so fortunate. Oops, I lost my spot there. I was fortunate enough to have some really good conversations with him when we discussed things I don't typically open up about. For some reason, we talked about the deep stuff. He was a safe space for those conversations. And in turn, he would talk about his life. He genuinely cared about people and their journeys in life during his time on GH. I witnessed him work hard and truly have respect for every single person in our building. I just cannot believe that his life was stolen from him the way that it was. My heart hurts. Rest in peace, Johnny. Oh, yeah. I'm holding back tears too, Nikisha. I really am. And like, honestly, this GH death has hit me particularly harder than everyone else's. Just because of how everyone is speaking about him. And it's such a large part of the cast. Marcus Coloma, ex-Nicholas, he said, one impactful moment with Johnny that sticks out. And by the way, Marcus did this as a video on his Instagram. He says, one moment that sticks out is we were with a group of people and one of them said something negative about one of his friends. And Johnny said, oh, that's actually my friend. It's a small moment, but when you lead with so much courage and integrity, and there were many moments that I'd seen him display courage that were admirable and inspirational, but that one changed me and reminded me of principles and ideals. And it changed how I live my life. And when you lead with example, like Johnny did, with zero pretense, total authenticity, constantly challenging himself to be better, constantly challenging others to be better, how to communicate better, how to love more, it makes the world a better place. and this is such a loss because Johnny made the world such a better place. And I feel so grateful to have been impacted by the honor of having known such a guy. Then we have John Lindstrom. That threw me because I don't remember them really sharing scenes, him and Kevin, Brando and Kevin. He says, when the tears slow down, I am literally sick to my stomach at this news. Johnny was one of those rare young men in the business who was kind, unassuming, humble, and always thought about other people. A talented young guy who just wanted to share his talent with the world. I wish I had enough love to fill the hole that his loved ones must feel right now. But I know that's impossible. Johnny will be missed on this plane for a long time to come. Rest in peace. Brian Paisley, he was Jack on Port Charles, but he worked with him on, I think, a movie. So this is a cast member from a different show that just happened to be on a soap that was connected to GH. He said, truly heartbroken to learn that my good friend Johnny Wactor was killed last night. Great human being. Rest in peace, brother. Oh, okay, yeah. So that's the cast that he was in. I don't know which one he is, to be honest. But he's among that crew, and if you watched Port Charles, maybe you'll recognize him. I'm not sure. Angel, you said it seems like he socialized with everyone on the cast, not just the ones his character had to interact with. Yeah, it really does seem like that, which is great, because I feel like you don't see that on TV shows. But clearly he made his way around the cast and left an impact. Lydia Look, who plays Selena. Johnny, I'm crying and will be for a bit. I knew you were talented when you simply just took your shirt off when the rest of us were trying to outdo each other with our skits. I think she's referring to a cast meet and greet thing that they did together. I also knew there and then you were fine as wine. I also saw how you'd let others take the spotlight whilst confident and loving in your own space. Most of all, I learned what a magnificent human you were in our long car rides between fan events. I will cherish our chats. Thank you. My deepest condolences to the family of Johnny Wactor. I am so sorry for your loss. My heart is with my GH family. Brother, I am so grateful I got to know you. I am going to miss you. Johnny Wactor. Perry Shen, who played Brad. Johnny Wactor and I had never worked together during our time on GH. It was only until this post-October that we got to know each other doing a multi-city event on the East Coast. Our flights both got in early, so we walked through Boston together for 5 hours, had a dinner together, talked drink recipes. He was also a bartender extraordinaire, and shared our career and life stories. I was really excited to have a new person in my life that I instantly and effortlessly connected to. Johnny Wactor was a beautiful, beautiful soul. So talented, no ego, funny as all heck, fit as all hell, but also loved ice cream and ate all the junk I did as well. He also got me excited about live theater again after watching a Mammoth play. I was truly looking forward to so many years hanging out with him. We were all cheated many years with him. To his mom and his brothers, Johnny talked so lovingly of you all during our walk. My heart goes out to you. What are you reading these from? I'm reading this from Soaps in Depth, I believe. So they, I'm sure they've just gathered all of the posts that people have made just for their article here, which works for me because then it makes it easier for us to go through. Let's see. Danny, Zachary Reisinger. He says, learning that we have lost this precious soul is more than we can take today. We first met as he played Zach's uncle in Sisters of the Groom. They would... okay, so this is probably like his mom posting on his behalf or something. They would end up at commercial auditions pulled together as father and son often. When Zach was cast on GH, no one was more excited for him than Johnny to reunite. He was the kindest, most generous ball of love. To be snuffed out like this is unbearable. We send all the love and heart we possibly can to your loved ones and hold you all very close to our hearts. This is proof the world is simply not fair. I agree. It depends on if it's on this article. If it's not, then I'm leaving it out. Nancy Legrand, Alexis, she says, an absolutely inconceivable, enraging, and senseless tragedy. Johnny was a lovely man. Condolences to his family and friends. May they find eventual peace and may his memory be a blessing. Mark Lawson, he is ex-Dustin, Lulu's former relationship before she ended up in a coma. Johnny Wactor, a gentleman, a firebrand, a maverick. I didn't get to work with him much. But in the short time I got to know him, I grew to admire him, even though he was almost a decade younger than me. He was a rock climber, a literal storm chaser. His passion project was a film featuring live tornado chasing. I want to check that out. I gotta look that up. A beautiful madman. It's a shame, but sometimes brightest flames burn quickest. Johnny was murdered on Saturday morning after confronting thieves stealing his catalytic converter. Sorry guys, I'm not a car person. What a terrible loss. There are sad and beautiful lessons in this. Just trying to find them. Rest in peace, Johnny. Nikisha, you said I'm having deja vu, me being at work, grieving with y'all. It's sad that we keep finding ourselves here. But thank y'all for letting us grieve together. That's why I wanted to do this. We've done 5 of these together at this point. In a year and a half. That's so insane to me. It just feels weird having to set up a memorial after memorial after memorial, but I feel like it's a good, a good healing for us fans that watch this show, GH, as well as this live stream. Thank you guys so much. We have a bit of our family of ourselves here, I find. So it's, I figured it's a good thing to get it out of our systems. Then there is Cynthia Watros. She said, and that's Nina, sorry. What a kind soul. We lost an amazing man. There's a picture of Laura Wright and Brando. And Johnny. Laura Wright says, heartbreaking. What an incredible man. Deep love and prayers to Johnny's family. Finola Hughes, Anna, again, someone that I don't think we've really seen him with. She said, gutted, sending my deepest condolences to his family. The shock is so terrible for such a genuine young man to be taken so violently. I am incredibly sad for his family. He was a very hard-working person, kind, and extremely respectful to his fellow cast members. I am so sorry for his loss. Dominic Zampronia, who plays Dante, he says Johnny was fierce and brave, had been through it all, and was afraid of nothing and no one. Man, did he bring the love and intensity like no one else. He battled and won and did nothing but spread joy and love wherever he went. This is unbelievable and too much. Always wanted to go climbing with you, man. I will get outside, brother. Someone else died that used to be on GH. Just now? What? Let me know. My goodness. Kelly Tebow, ex-Brit. She's posted a lot about him, by the way. Kelly. She's been reposting the GoFundMe pages for his family and just talking about getting justice for him and all these things. And it's cool. I never expected them to be close. She says, I can't believe this news about Johnny. I can't. Not him. He was a beautiful, special person. To take him away from his family and people that loved him so you can sell a catalytic converter on the black market for $300 angers me so much. I am in shock. There's a picture here of Johnny with Nicholas, who played Spencer, and William, who played Cameron, and Tristan, who plays Robert. William Lipton, I did see his post on Instagram. He just said, "My heart is broken. Rest in peace, Johnny." I think he had posted a picture of them together in his story, or just a picture of him, perhaps. William DeRye, who played Julian, he says, "Honestly, words can't begin to express the sadness with which to convey my feelings towards losing another GH heirloom. The senselessness of this loss is beyond description. Johnny was such a good guy. Really horrible. Rest in peace, Johnny Wactor, and much love and comfort to those who loved him." Kathleen Gotti, who plays Liesel Obrecht, says, "Farewell to our friend and fellow actor, Johnny Wactor, a beautiful man with a big, beautiful heart. One of the kindest, most thoughtful and gentle actors I've ever worked with. A tragic loss for all who had the gift of knowing him. My most sincere condolences to his family." Caitlin McMullen, who plays Willow, says, "Johnny, you were an incredible man. My deepest condolences to his family and friends. Knowing you was a gift. You spread love and light everywhere you went. I'm heartbroken. There are no words." Evan Hoffer, who plays Dex, says, "Johnny was an incredible example of the kind of person we should all strive to be. Love you, brother." Now they're showing a picture of Bradford Anderson and Johnny. Bradford Anderson plays Spinelli, and he said, "We're devastated. Johnny was full of life and full of love, a great human." And before we watch clips of Johnny, I'm gonna play you guys just the opening of the Daily Drama podcast from today, where Steve and Bradford speak of him before they re-aired their original interview with him. We're not going to watch that whole interview because I don't want to take views away from Steve and Brad. But yeah, Brad. Tabiana, who plays Trina, says, "Great man, great human, rest in peace." Emmy Ryland, who played Lulu, said, "Some things in this life just makes no sense. Such a tragic loss of a wonderful person. Rest in peace." Donnell Turner, who plays Curtis, he says, "Rest easy, Johnny. You were loved by so many. You'll never be forgotten." Brianna Lane, who played Brooklyn for a bit when Amanda was on mat leave, says, the world lost a wonderful person yesterday and a true gentleman who to everyone he met. I feel lucky to have known him and to have experienced the warmth he exuded so effortlessly. Rest in peace, Johnny Wactor." I was like, that now is that it? That's all they've posted. There's probably more, and hopefully they'll make more articles as more comes out. I don't want to spend too much time tracking down other people's posts. And I'm sorry, Kawan, I know you wanted to read or hear me read Ingo's. I chose not to read it, by the way. I don't know. To me, it just seemed in poor taste to make it about anything beyond Johnny himself. So when I heard from y'all that he said some bad stuff, I was like, hard pass. What was I going to say? But yeah, so I have gathered, not clips of GH, unfortunately, because, well, he was on recently, and if I play any of it, it's gonna ding it and shut down the live stream. So I'm gonna avoid that. Not that I haven't watched clips, because I have, but you'll have to say that for yourselves, unfortunately, for the sake of the podcast, or for the live stream. It's still there. That's not surprising. Sandy, you said it's nice to have a safe space. Thanks, Dion. No problem. But yeah, so we're gonna watch this clip, and I'm probably gonna have to hold my breath through this because Steve made me cry. He made my mom cry. Like, again, just half an hour before I did the stream. So I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready to see this again. But here we go, in case you guys missed it.
Last week.
Okay.
With a guest that we're excited to share with you. But in light of recent events, we're gonna save that for next week, and this week share our first episode that we ever recorded with our friend Johnny Wactor. And I'm sure everyone's heard the news that we lost him this weekend in a really horrific way.
It's just not. It's just not right. I haven't posted anything about him. I always kind of have to wait a couple days to process it.
Yeah.
You know. And what struck me the most about Johnny was that this guy was a true gentleman. Like, in his life.
Yeah.
And it's hard to come by nowadays. He was a throwback to what a gentleman was. He treated everybody kindly and respectfully. This guy was a hard-working guy. He put everybody before himself, which, you know, in the reports, he also did that. And I had a lot of respect for him because of the way he handled himself. And, you know, I think I get emotional because obviously losing him, but his family too, for his family. So he's been in my prayers, his family has, and it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. He'll be missed. That's a guy right there.
Yeah, like you talk about his him as a gentleman. Like there was a strength about him.
100%.
That was. It's hard to put into words because, yes, it was confidence, but you weren't struck immediately by his sense of confidence. He's the kind of guy that would make everybody feel safe. Like you knew
100%.
He was in. You felt his capableness.
Yeah.
You felt his compassion. You felt his empathy. You felt his incredible presence. Like when he looked at you, he wasn't anywhere else. He was right with you, listening to you and being there. Like
it's like and,
sorry, Sandy.
I was obviously friends with him on the show, worked with him.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't really have a ton of communication outside of the show. But he was the type of guy who, if something was going wrong in your life, and I know if I called Johnny, regardless, he'd be there.
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
Right.
You know, and that says a lot about someone's character. So God bless him and his family.
Yeah. So this is the first episode we did with him. So, you know, you'll.
And then they play the first interview that they did with him on their podcast. I remember watching it back then. I didn't rewatch it, just because I had to get ready for this stream. But yeah, they've done I think 2 interviews with him. It is very interesting to hear what they got to say. Yeah, I agree, Kaiwan. I mean, I think it makes it hit a little harder. Obviously, yes, the cast made their posts on their Instagram stories, but when you see them talking about it and you see like how crushed they are, it sucks. Like, brutal, very brutal. Angel, did you find out who you were talking about? You said someone else that died that used to be on GH. Was this like just now or this recently, or are we talking about Nanika? Because not the bartender Nanika, but the producer Nanika from GH. She had passed away, as well as the 5 cast members. But if you were referring to someone else, let me know, because I can't look it up right now. Um, but yeah, it really hits home when you see just how devastated they are in person like this, like seeing their faces and seeing them well up and like seeing that they're genuinely crushed. Because as bad as it is to say, there are probably people out there that just show face and, oh, I worked with him and I should post something. But when you see that it has actually genuinely impacted them, it's like, oh. I will say that essentially almost every cast member's post that I have seen about him. I mean, you guys saw it if you were watching instead of listening. They were like detailed stuff about moments that they've shared, the kind of person he was, the memories they had with him, like the ways that they impacted him. Marcus, who played Nicholas, like I mentioned before, did a video, and you could see how devastated he was as well. So I don't know. It's just rough. It really it's easy to like get lost in the fact that these are people on a TV show that we watch, but then you have to remember that these are also real people. So it's like it's far different, and it's been the same for every every cast member that we've lost over the years. Especially if they have to do a funeral for the character because the actor is no longer alive, because you know that those are real tears shared by those cast members too. But that said, we've got the sadness out of the way now, and I think that we should also celebrate his life and his legacy. So I've gathered, if you guys didn't know, Johnny Wactor had his own YouTube page. He didn't post much on it, but he posted like his reels that I'm assuming he would send to get auditions and things like that. And so I've gathered those clips, as well as I think some other things that I had found when I was looking things up. And so we're just gonna watch those together and just really enjoy his work. And I'm actually really excited for this because I've not seen him in anything else. I'm just interested to see how he plays these different characters. Sandy said, I think if someone has been sick, it wouldn't be so hard. But this was just evil. It really was. It really, truly was. Elizabeth McRae, she played Meg Baldwin. Was he married with children? Johnny, he had a fiance. They did break up, but they stayed friends. She too did some interviews, and you could see her genuine devastation for him as well. And she wants justice too, like obviously. But she, I guess we can talk about it before we get into the clips, because we'll get the sad stuff out of the way. She was 88 years old. Oh, man. I didn't know the character. I'm assuming she's related to Scott in some way, and Lee and Gail. Angel. But yeah. That's unfortunate, too. But yeah, in terms of Johnny's fiance, and I'm sorry I don't remember her name, but she shared that Brando was once a struggling alcoholic, and he got clean and sober and cleaned himself up. She even was opened up. She said that they were toxic to each other. They weren't good for each other, but they worked on themselves, and they managed to become friends again afterwards, and they were always in touch and updating each other on each other's lives. And again, that just shows the character that he was. It's not BS, anything that these cast members are saying about him. It's clearly genuine, and that's what makes it hurt a little more as well, because it's like, it really just puts things in perspective. Like, we act like we know these people, right? But we know their characters, and we know what they show us on the screen, and maybe what they post on their social media, but we don't know them in real life. All these people did. And it's just, I don't know, it's wild. and also just like knowing how he impacted people and how, how he was so respected and loved and admired for the kind of person that he was. It kind of, it makes me feel inspired to be a better person in my own life. Not that I'm a bad person, but try even more so. And I always do my best to try, and be someone that people feel safe around and can open up to, and know that like their stuff will stay with me and things like that. So I've always tried to do that. But if I can manage to even have that effect on people, have that be my legacy, doesn't even matter what I do. I know you guys know that I'm an aspiring artist, and I've been putting myself out there, putting music out there and all this stuff. But if in the end that doesn't work out, I would be damn proud to leave just impacting people just by who I was as like a human being, and have that be my legacy. And even if I was a successful singer and I died, I'd still want people to be like, yeah, he could sing, but he was the most amazing person you could ever meet. Things like that. We gotta aspire to be better people, y'all. And just love more and understand each other more, and just be thoughtful. Hospitality. It's all about hospitality. All right, but yeah, for next, we're gonna wipe the tears, and we're gonna celebrate Johnny by watching a bunch of clips from his acting career from over the years. It looks like this first one says 2009, so we're going back. It looks like, and again, I did not watch any of these clips beforehand. Okay, so I am as in the dark as you guys might be. I don't know if you've watched his work in the past, but I haven't. So I'm excited. So let's do this. Sorry in advance if there's ads.
I'm an actor in a show called Siberia. It aired on NBC. She'll let your ass for dead! We shot it in the lens of a reality show. And we wanted the audience to believe.
Let me know if the audio is okay.
Question, is this real or maybe it's not? I love acting. It really,
he's so
really
young
gives me
there.
adrenaline
Not that
rush.
he was
I guess
old,
I'm
too.
kind of an
It's
adrenaline
like
junkie. You get to live something else. You get to be
He was
somebody else.
37 when he died.
That's why I want to do this. Like I'm getting goosebumps right now talking about it.
Hey, get off me!
You're right. I need to grow up, man.
First thing you need to realize is it's not show art. It's show business. There's a lot of money going into this and a lot of people involved. So yes, it is about the artistry, but it's show business.
Let's go! Break it up!
And acting is also it's a very tough industry. I can always use my business degree because there's a lot of actors that start creating their own production companies. Their business mind that really keeps them going. And I've definitely used my accounting that I've learned in college. That's come through in a big way and helps me stay on my feet. Definitely helped me from going back home with my tail tucked between my legs. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I wanted to be a fireman. I wanted to be a professional football player. Olympian. I wanted to be everything. I really, in 8th grade when I was like I want to be an actor. I was like, if I be an actor, I can play those parts. I can do anything, and I can get to live those out. So I guess I'm just always chasing that. That next role that I get to do where it offers me that satisfaction of reaching that adrenaline spike.
Cute. Oh, man. I didn't know that was an interview, but hey, we'll take those two. If I have interviews and acting clips on here, both will be good. It should roll to the next clip. Yeah. Should be going on its own. Okay, this is his theatrical reel from 2013.
Did it.
Johnny Wactor.
Shut your damn mouth, man. Or what? Oh, she got it for you. You're nailing Holden's daughter. Big deal. Let's go. Break it up. Yeah, see that water. Now. Get it off. Get it off. Come on. That's enough. Take it easy.
I want to see you two in my office at 1400 hours.
It really is,
Out.
Sandy.
package. You can't just destroy it.
I will not support terrorism.
No, listen here, you son of a bitch. Just give me back my package. That is for my friend. Give it back to me.
You need to exit the store right now, sir.
Make me exit.
Right over there is the exit.
Where?
Right over there.
Show me.
I'm going to incinerate this myself.
You're gonna
right
incinerate?
now.
Oh, really? Really?
That's right.
You're just gonna go incinerate it?
Here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna incinerate your computer. I'm taking this with me. I'm gonna do it.
What?
Give me the drugs and I give you money.
Oh, he looks so young here. Oh my god.
Interesting.
Just give me the fucking drugs. I have to go.
Or what?
I was gonna say, or I'm gonna be late for class.
That's right. You know you need me to survive. I'm the only one that can provide for you. To take off your top first.
Are you kidding me?
Sexy boy.
He looks so little there. My goodness.
You know what? I'm the one that's sorry, Jeff. You're right. I need to grow up, man. I'm a kid. I live in my parents' basement.
Tucker, I'm trying to apologize to you.
Why does it have to be about you? Why can't I apologize?
Let me apologize to you.
Listen, I took a taste to the face for you, so maybe you can let me talk.
And I'm
You
trying
quit
to
interrupting
be
me.
a bigger man.
You're
I'm
trying to be a bigger
yes, I'm
man.
trying to be a bigger man and apologize.
What?
for
Who are
everything.
you? Are you my dad?
I'm
Why
not.
are you
I'm just saying
talking
you don't
over
have to be
me?
upset
You're
about
ridiculous.
Why do you have to one up me
I'm
every
gonna be
time?
the
It's
one
not a
that
competition.
apologizes.
Every single time that we have a discussion.
Exactly. They
Morning,
call
guys.
us-
Morning to you.
That's funny. I wish we could see what those movies were called, but just a demo reel, y'all. No kidding, Angel, eh? You said what kind of after-school special is that, Dawson Creek?
2023, the best way to make money on Amazon.
I'm
is
going to
not
assume this
with
is an
physical
ad.
products. It's Amazon's other
Of course,
company,
it's going really slow.
Audible. Audible pays
Oh man.
me $8,000 to $10,000 every single month. in
Bear with me
passive
on the
income.
on
And I'm not
this.
the
I
only
don't
one.
know if I
People
can
like
skip
Katrina
this ad.
and
I
Carla,
sure hope I can.
Elena, Renee, all making thousands of dollars a month in
I've also
passive
just got
income
too many things
using
open on my
the
computer,
same
too.
System.
Just this past month, I reached $8,000 in revenue, and I'm on track to reach $10,000 in revenue this month.
I've been
There we
able.
go. Sorry, guys. Oh. Okay, I didn't mean to post this. That's probably their. Oh, this was their interview. After Brando was killed. Again, I don't want to take away from their views, but like I said, he has interviewed them twice. One of them was Army Wives. Thank you, Teresa. I don't want to take away from their views, so take time for yourselves to watch his podcast. I did watch them both in the past. Really great interviews both times. But yeah, we're going to skip that. We're going to go to something else. Another reel from Siberia. Might just be a
You know what?
montage, who
If you
knows?
don't believe me, go press that button yourself, okay?
Oh, clever. Clever. I got to push the button and I'm off the game.
You're so
Congratulations.
You're so thick-headed. You know what? You think I got that? You think I just found that? Think someone gave that to me? No, we went to that camp, and it's a complete ghost town. Nope. We keep moving. We make it by night. We'll be all right. All right?
Yeah.
Jack. It's bad. I know. Well,
We're following you. You said you do it.
I know.
Where we going?
I thought the beacon should be here. We came for the fire. This was the direction the beacon should have been in. It should be right here.
Why did you think the peak was in this direction? We're basing it on what? What were you basing it on? Why were we just...
I'm basing it on from the fire that we came from, that we set up for your...
Yeah, I'm sorry, Nathan.
We were walking that
About the
direction.
commercials earlier.
I thought the beacon
I'm sure
would
it'll
be
keep
right.
happening. I don't know how many clips I've gathered. I forget. But,
It's not here.
remember when YouTube didn't have ads?
It's not here.
Those were the days.
me up? Go ahead. Come on. If you want to hit me, hit me.
I want to piss you.
Yes, you do. Hit me. Come on, hit me.
We should have left your ass for dead.
That was your personal sin.
We'd be beacon right now. You know that. You know that.
And you should have left me.
I should have.
You should have left me.
I tried to convince him.
I know.
I did.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. I know you wouldn't come back.
And you see, seeing this, like,
I think I made a big mistake.
they wasted his talent, man. Like, he could
I don't know where the hell we are.
chew on that meaty material, you know?
Nobody
Like,
does.
they just didn't give him anything. Yes, obviously their baby died, but I think they really focused more on
I think I might have
Sophia.
gotten us all killed.
Grateful that I got to be on this show.
This was his last day on GH
Almost 3
set.
years now, and I'm nervous, scared, you know, and I'm gonna miss everybody here. I've made some really nice relationships, and I'm gonna miss you guys a lot. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I've really just tried to show up and do my job the best I can and be kind to everybody and spread love and joy, because I think that's important for wherever you go, and I'm going to continue to do that. So I hope that I've made y'all's lives better. I hope I made the show better, and I hope you guys continue to do another 60 years or 59 or whatever it is. So, thank you.
Was that Mo right there? Aww. Laura too. And of course, Sophia. Oh, more highlights from Siberia, unless I put it there twice. I think I might have put it there twice, maybe. Potentially.
Sam!
Oh, maybe not. Okay, we'll watch more of this.
Sam, I'm coming, buddy!
If there's repeats, I'm sorry.
All right, buddy?
Hopefully there's not.
How's your head?
Sam.
Huh?
Oh, wait.
Are you okay?
Look at me. What's my name?
Johnny, I hit soft snow and I just slipped. I'm sorry.
All right.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I think this
You
is
walk? How's your
more or
foot?
less the same.
Okay.
Yeah?
Hold on, just give me a second. Just give me a second.
Hold his head up.
Yeah.
Sam, I gotta see your foot, buddy.
I'm okay.
Yeah,
I just
seems to
give
be
me a
the
I
same.
gotta see your foot, man.
Sorry, guys.
All of us. If we stay here, we're going to die.
Epic hopscotch, here we go. Drink in hand. Check it out. Woo!
This is just a drunk video he posted on his YouTube, by the way. Back when he was drinking.
Stop.
That might have been his fiance, to be honest. Alright, so that's kind of all I've gathered in terms of clips. I don't think I could find anything else. I'll put me up to full screen for now, and also try to look in case there is. But I did this a couple days ago, y'all. So we'll see if I can find more. But let me know if you guys want to share just your thoughts on the loss of Johnny, how you guys enjoyed the character of Brando. We can talk about it in the chat while I'm looking here. But yeah, mention it. Like right now, like just searching Johnny Wactor on YouTube, of course, it's every single interview or news story of him is on there. GMA, Extra, KTLA, Entertainment Tonight, Today. I guess there's weirdly some solace in the fact that like those men that cowardlessly shot him and killed him messed up because they killed a well-known actor, a well-loved person, and these people, no one's gonna stop until there's justice for this family. I feel. I sincerely hope that they get it. LA, unfortunately, is very big. And this could very, very well be a common crime, but to put things in perspective, there's been a lot of car break-ins even in this town. And Edmonton, where I'm from, is not very big, and we're also in Canada. It's just, it's crazy. Sandy, you said I loved Brando and Sasha. I really did too. They were an interesting couple, just on how they started, because, if you recall back then, hopefully they find them, but they were wearing masks. That's so unfortunate. But hopefully someone's seen the license plate or something, or something that's distinctive on the car. But yeah, the way that Brando and Sasha started, Sasha was getting addicted to pills, fed to her by Cyrus. I think Brando was working as his bodyguard. I can't recall why. But yeah. And they got together and they fell in love, and she got pregnant, and then she lost the baby, and then she lost Brando, or I forget I think it was lost the baby first and then lost Brando. Yeah, they had an interesting run. I wish it lasted longer. And again, I can't recall if it was Johnny's decision to stop, or if it was GH's decision to let him go after his contract wrapped up. Oh man, yeah, sorry, I'm scrolling through YouTube right now. Sonny had him undercover. That's right. Thank you, Islander. There's a huge problem with people stealing Cadillac converters, breaking into Kias and Hondas because it's easy to hotwire the engine with a USB port. That's unfortunate. Brutal. Catalytic converter. Is that like a common part in all cars? Again, sorry guys, I probably sound like an idiot, but sorry guys, I'm still scrolling through YouTube, and I'm sure, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the news stories, but they have footage of him being taken into the ambulance and them trying to recover him through the window of it. And every time I see that, I just think, my God, that's literally someone that we watched on our screen for 2 years. Man. Yeah, everything that I see on here is just the news story. Everyone's covering it. Yeah, his fiance's clips. Yeah, I'm drowning in a sea of his news reports. So we might not be able to watch more on it. Oh, and of course, his interview with Maurice popped up as well. These are things I'm definitely going to watch in my own time. I just don't want to take views away from their official work. Brad and Steve's and Mo's. God, there's tasteless stuff on YouTube too, just people pretending to be his killers, and people are sick, man, using that as clickbait and stuff. The police said that his type of car has been hot in the black market since 2020. Interesting. Oh, maybe you're right, SLJ. Again, I just know nothing about cars. I'm an idiot. There's like montages of his characters on here, but I think they use like copyrighted songs. Oh, I don't know if we can watch this either, but apparently he was in a country music video called "There to Catch Me" by country rock band the Nashvilleans. And it looks like he's playing someone's husband in it. Okay, you guys. I'm surprised I made it to CNN. Yeah, I'm surprised too. Yeah, even like my coworkers that don't watch GH were like, Dion, I saw on the news that one of your people on your show that you watch and do a live stream for died. I was like, oh, I know. Even I had like friends texting me like links. I'm like, you guys, of course I already know this. How do you get around if you don't drive, Dion? Is the busing system really good there? It is, and it like first of all, I work not far from my house. I'm like a 5-minute walk to my work. And the only places I really go out are like the downtown area of Edmonton and White Avenue, which are two of like the sort of, I don't know, like venue and bar districts to go to. And there's express buses to there and back. And because I work at a mall that has a bus terminal, those express buses start and end there. So I'm in a very convenient spot. I don't want to say that it's necessarily the best bus system. Montreal, far better transit system there, especially their subways. But yeah, I just don't need one, at least for now. And if I move to Montreal eventually, I won't need one there either. All right. I found a funny video for us to watch. And I'm not even going to say anything about it. Just know that this is probably going to be amazing. So let me shrink me back down to size so you guys can see this. 1 sec. All right, here we go. Oh, don't be frozen. There we go. Marcus cannot sing. Apologies for the lag there, you guys. I don't know why it's frozen like this. This is what their fan meets are like, because oh my god. I want to go. I wish I could have. Oh my goodness, y'all. Bless Johnny's soul, he can't sing either. Guess that's why we never seen any of them at the nurses' ball. It was just a clip, but it was a good one. Too good. Well, I'll look briefly a bit more, but I don't think we're gonna find anything else. And we have been live streaming for an hour, and I don't want to keep you guys for too long. But yeah, I'll look for through 10 suggestions, and if they aren't all, news stories, then maybe we'll watch. But just to share my final thoughts, just in case we are signing out, I'm still trying to process the way that he died, and I don't know. I feel like right now, this world, there's so much chaos and corruption and, people divided for all these different things. And it's hard, for me to try to be hopeful for humanity and know that love can prevail and good can triumph over evil and all this stuff. But when you see people like Johnny here, who's left such an impact, and has probably inspired those people that he met to buckle down and become better people. If we can all sort of emulate that and just be kind to people and find the good in people and try to get along with them and try to just be there for your friends, or even if a stranger needs to talk to you and vent to you, I think that collectively can bring a little hope and hopefully humanity into that. And at the very least, it'll make you feel good about yourself. And I think it'll inspire you to be that person more. I guess for me, I work in customer service. I get paid to essentially be nice to people and give them a good experience. And, I've really gotten to, hear and see a lot, and I've been lucky enough to get a lot of thank yous. Just to share a story that happened to me, I think very early this year. I was at my work desk, and again, I work in a mall, so it's very public space. I had this lady come up to me, and I had never seen her before, because we do remember a lot of faces. As many as we see, there are memorable ones. But she had explained to me that she's never met me before. However, she came to me because she needed to tell me that her son passed away, and that he mentioned throughout the years, and at this point, keep in mind, I'm not sure who she's talking about yet as she's explaining this to me. I have a story about that too, Angel, in a second. But she came up to me and said that her son died, and she came here to say thank you to me because when he had nowhere else to go, and was struggling, I never failed to let him use our work phone. And as soon as she said that, I knew who she was talking about. And I didn't know too much about him. The only thing I knew is that I seen him regularly. He was clearly, in my eyes, either in a group home situation or possibly homeless. A bit of both, it turns out, according to his mom. And when he was in those tough spots where he was homeless, the only way he could contact someone was at my desk. And I feel like that, letting someone that's clearly in a bad way use the phone, you know what I mean? Why wouldn't I? And I don't know. I find that there's a lot of people that don't have compassion for homeless people, and they just see them as the scum of the earth and this and that. But like, these are real freaking people, and you know, you never know, like, how, like, that one small act of like kindness, like, can actually do for someone. And again, I didn't know his story. I could only go by what I had seen at the time. I didn't know who he was calling on the other end of the phone until his mom came up to me and told me. So, you know, it's like, you really never know how the smallest act can really change someone's life or help someone. And it's just nice to see that I have in the past helped someone, not like knowingly. I just, you know, I didn't know who he was calling or why. I didn't listen in on the conversations. But it's just funny because that was, you know, not what I expected at all. Like, for all I know, he could have been like calling shady people, but I was like, he's clearly in a bad way. There were times where he did look not sober, but he wasn't being belligerent. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't bothering anybody in the mall. He just would come to use the phone, talk to someone that I didn't know, and then would leave. But he did it often and for years. And it's funny because there was a moment before I had even seen his mom where I had been like, I haven't seen that guy in a while. I wonder what he's up to. Like, maybe he's doing better now and things like that. And then that happened like just a few weeks later, and I was like, wow. So my point in this telling the story is that I think if someone does something kind for you, let them know. Let them know, because much like the post that we've been seeing from Johnny's friends and family and people he impacted, I don't think a lot of them got to say just how much they appreciate what he's done for them or the kind of person that he was. And I think that's important to tell them, you know? Or if you're in a situation similar to what happened with me and that boy's mom, like, if you are able to track down someone that helped someone that you care about and thank them if they passed away, like, go to them. And I'm sure a lot of the GH cast members have reached out to Johnny's family, just based on the interviews that I've seen of them that I watched myself. But yeah, I think that's something that it should be something that you share with someone that's affected you in a positive way. And I have done it in the past, but I feel like I don't do it enough. And I'm lucky that I have a life where a lot of people that I know have done things for me. Especially, you know, in the last year, you know, losing my dog last year, I had a lot of friends reach out to me and, you know, showed that they cared when I was essentially just isolating myself from everyone. They checked in on me. And that's what really got me through it. So, you know, and I made sure that they knew, as soon as I was kind of feeling well up enough to put myself out in social situations again. And that took a minute too. Grief, you know, but, you know, I think what got me going out again to shows, because again, I also cover a lot of local bands, concerts, and a friend of mine that I hadn't seen perform in a while was performing the first time I went back out again. And like I went to go and support because I was like, you know, part of it was because he was one of the singer of the band, was one of the ones that checked in on me, that visited me at work and would message me on Facebook and just see how I was doing, things like that. And, you know, that was my effort to make sure he knew that I was grateful and that I would always have his back in that way too. And I guess in the past I've also been there for him in other ways, because aside from covering his band in social media stuff, I've also, you know, we're friends and we hang out, and I've seen him go through hell, and I've invited him even to my desk at work, and just like helped him out. You know, I was like, here's my debit card, go buy yourself a meal and just take a moment for yourself, and I'll be here. And yeah, you know, he bought himself a meal and gave it back, and you know, we just like, you know, things like that, little things like that. You just never know, and if you can do that for someone, then you should do it for someone. And if you have someone show that kindness towards you, like, make sure you know how much that affected someone. And also, like, I don't know about y'all, but I tend to watch like those feel good little montages on Instagram or Facebook where it's like a wholesome moment, like reunions with like people in the army with their families that they're surprising them, or like a person saving a stray dog and taking them in and adopting them, and all the things. I always watch that stuff, and like even those Instagrammers that like they just give to people in like bad situations and help them out with money or buy them something, things like that. That's a lot of trust to give someone your debit card that you don't know. No, the guy that I'm talking about is someone that I do know, that I've been friends with for years. Sorry if I didn't mention that. No, the guy that I gave my debit card to was and has been a good friend of mine for about 5 years now. So that was not a stranger. I'm not that trusting, okay? But you know, this was someone that I had constantly like you know, hung out with, and yeah, covered his band in shows, and that's been going on for years too. But also hanging out after the shows and just hanging out, you know, having a drink together at a bar or different things like that. No, that guy in particular is a good friend of mine, and I haven't seen him in a minute actually. So hopefully I do soon. Yeah, he's good people. Genuinely one of the kindest souls out there, and always constantly just an advocate for like just the underdog, you know, like he's always very supportive of the LGBTQ community, and you know, I've seen him take his kids to Pride and like show the importance of like, you know, everyone's different and we should celebrate that. He's you know, different things like that. So yeah, he's good people. But yeah, bottom line is, if you can do that for somebody, be there for somebody, or someone does something for you, thank them for it. Make sure they know that you impacted them or they impacted you. That they impacted you. It's important because you never know what can happen. You know, Johnny, 37 years old. He had his whole life ahead of him. And on top of that, and I don't know if you guys had seen the updated post, not only he didn't just get shot. He jumped in front of a bullet to protect his coworker, his female coworker. That is insane. That is insane. The coworker spoke out. Yeah. I didn't get to see what she said, but I did hear that she spoke out. And his family also mentioned it on their interviews, which is how I know. But yeah, I did hear that she spoke out. And I'll probably look that up later. But yeah, to wrap things up, just be kind to people. That's the bottom line. You don't know what someone's truly going through. And I guess part of that for me, I work in customer service, so like we get angry people, you know? And and the way to not escalate the situation is to just be calm, be understanding, reassure them that you're going to help them in any way that you can as a customer representative. Oh yeah, just before I go, Angel, the story that I was going to share, and I'll just share it quickly before we sign off here. What was I going to say? The other day, Memorial Day weekend, when I was working, I worked on the Monday, that we had a lot of Americans at the mall. And so one of the families that talked to me after, like, you know, I was just like introducing or like explaining the attractions in the mall and like just circling where they are, trying to give them the best deals and all this stuff, and giving them advice on what to do and what times to do it, like to get the best bang for their buck and stuff. And they were like, they were like, in all my years, I've never seen someone so kind in customer service. And I was like, where are you from? And they were like, California. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, oh, well, welcome to Canada, where like we try to be nice and like give people an experience. But that could also just be a credit to my boss, because she is genuinely a great human being and a kind and caring, compassionate person, and like really in the trenches with us when she doesn't need to be. So when you have that kind of leadership, it really flows to the rest of the crew. And so we all just do our best to, you know, make, yes, our mall look good, but mainly make our boss look good, because she deserves the recognition. Because really, like, not to brag, but like sometimes it's we're the front line, you know, so like we're essentially the face of that mall, and it's a big mall, okay? It's a famous mall. And I don't know. She rubbed off on me, so I'm a kind person. But I was okay before that too. And also seeing people like Johnny and hearing how he shared his stories, or you know, impacted people, just makes me want to do even better than I already do, and to just be more compassionate when people are angry or just vile, because you just never know what they're going through on the inside, why they're freaking out. It might not even be personal to you, and I've been lucky that it's never been personal to me. I've never had a guest complaint about me. Yes, but yeah, I don't know. Just try to be a better person. I think we can all do better, right? In a world where like things are so fired up between different political groups and different thoughts on like the war that's going on between Israel and you know, Hamas and all of that. It's like we're all passionate about different things, and it's okay to like focus on what you believe in and advocate for what you want, but let the others do the same, and like don't make it ugly. I think the bottom line is like, especially in that particular situation, is like we all collectively don't want innocent people to get hurt. Can we just focus on that and just like advocate for just peace across the board. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel on that matter. And yeah, we do got to do better. We do. But yeah, things become so vile, and it becomes like, it's creating chaos in places that it's not even happening. It's like, it's insanity, and I don't know. I think the world would be a better place if we could just focus on what we do have in common, and keep that at the forefront of how we live our lives, or how we go about doing things that we want to achieve. But yeah. Okay. I should end the live stream now. Thank you guys so much for being here. And, like I said, I see you guys as like a little family, and we're all sad about this. We're fans of the show. We are fans of Johnny, and it's been fun. There were tears at the beginning, but we got to watch Johnny do his stuff on other shows, which is cool, and see him being an idiot, which is funny. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this. I will see you guys on Sunday for a recap. And until then, if you liked this live stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to. And I will catch you guys this weekend. Good night.